bloggers and just people that are all over social media to do marketing and that kind of stuff. So I think I work with 6 or 7 elite Beachbody coaches. So I kind of see all different sides of marketing and what people are doing and what's working and what. So your avatar and branding, at first it seems counterintuitive because you're thinking, instead of talking to everybody, I could get every single person and they're going to come to me. Why am I only, focusing in on one group of people? But it actually, works way better if you choose your avatar and choose your person. So let me get my slides up and I'll share my screen. And then I will talk. Okay. My very messy screen that I don't even know where. Here it is. Okay. Can you all see that now? Nobody can. I can't hear any of you. So I hope so. All right. So branding and creating your avatar. Branding and creating your avatar kind of go hand in hand. If you have one specific avatar and one specific brand, everything is cohesive and goes together. And a lot of this my clients use with like pages, but it doesn't have to be a like page. It can be your personal page. It can be Instagram. Everything should be talking to your avatar and everything should be branded. All right, so let's talk about avatars first. Avatar is just a, crazy way to say your ideal customer. A lot of times I like to think of your avatar as who you're talking to, or maybe you at the beginning of your journey, any of those things. So you can't please everyone and you shouldn't try. If you are talking to moms 1 minute and then single ladies the next minute and then, men the next minute and then, divorcees the next, you're going to turn people off. People aren't going to know why they're coming to your page. They're not going to know what they're looking for. They're not going to relate to you. And if they don't relate to you and they don't know, like, and trust you, then they're not going to think of you when they want to start their journey with a challenge group or their journey in coaching. So again, even though it seems counterintuitive, you think you want to attract everybody. If you try to attract everyone, you're just going to turn off everybody. If you find your person and your niche, then you're going to be able to relate to those people. Every time they see your post, they're going to think, yes, that's me. They're going to really think that you know exactly what they're going through because you do, because you are the expert on their situation. So having 100 people that you really relate with and really, really connect with, you're going to get more customers and more coaches than if you talk to 1,000 people and talk about 15 different things. At some point, you're going to turn off most of those people and you're not going to find the people that you're looking for. All right, so these are a couple of things that tell you what you should think about when you are creating your avatar. So you should think about their age, gender, marital status, and children. So are you talking to moms? Are you talking to single people? Are you talking to married but don't yet have kids? Are you talking to new mom? Are you talking to mom with school-age kids that's home during the day? What type of person are you talking to? And what are their goals and values? Because those are the things that you're going to want to speak to. Are you talking to somebody who just wants to tone up, that needs to lose 50 pounds, that needs to lose 100 pounds, that just wants to get bikini ready? They should all have, a similar goal. And what are their challenges and pain points? Are they, great at fitness, but they fall off the wagon in nutrition? Or maybe they eat really well, but they hate working out. What are the things that you're going to talk about that you're going to have them relate to? And again, a lot of this could be you when you started. What was it that you needed to hear before you got started? What was Jessie saying that made you want her to be your coach? So think about where you were when you started, and think about the things that were said to you that really made you want to start this journey. So this is another one to talk about your ideal customer. So who do you relate to? So if you don't relate to you when you started anymore, that's fine. You don't have to choose you when you started. Usually that's just the kind of the easiest, because that is who you relate to. But if maybe you weren't a mom when you started and now you are, and you want to talk to those new moms, that's fine. You're just going to think about who you relate to, who you want to work with, who needs to hear what you have to say, and who's going to benefit the most. And you really want to narrow this down. Again, mom isn't specific enough. Single ladies isn't specific enough. It really needs to be specific. And you need to think about the things that those people love and that they're going to relate with. So again, be specific. The more specific, the better. You want those people that you're talking to feel like that you are talking exactly to them. So if you don't have a specific enough person in mind, then you're not going to be able to speak to them. So those are kind of the big things that you really need to think about. Their age, marital status, children, goals, and values. And that is going to be, who you are talking to every single day. And if you decide that you're talking to moms whose kids are in school and they have a few hours in the morning before their kids come home, and that's who you're talking to, then you're not going to write posts about, being single and going out on the town, because that doesn't jive with your avatar. Once you decide on your avatar, every single post needs to be through that lens, and that's where, branding comes in. So you are a brand, no matter if you think you are or not, no matter if this is day 1 or year 5, you are your brand. And you need to think of yourself that way. And you need to think about how you can get to the point of where somebody sees your post and they know it's you and they're going to stop. So if you're scrolling on Facebook and you see a Victoria's Secret post, you don't have to read the Victoria's Secret, label on it. You know that it's Victoria's Secret because they have pink, or they have, the black and pink color scheme, or they have Victoria's Secret models. Whatever they have, it's always consistent. Victoria's Secret doesn't have one ad with girls in bikinis and the next ad with them in a full snowsuit and a parka. Like, unless that parka is unzipped and you can see their underwear, that's not going to be them. They stay with their brand. So you need to anybody can do this on your like page on your Instagram, and take an image inventory. So this is my sister and my nephew. He's so cute, so he gets to be the star of the show. So these are just the last couple of pictures on her page. So you can see they're all light and bright. There's no dark images. The colors are usually the same. She's usually using blues. Sometimes she'll throw in a yellow, but generally blues. And the format is the same. She adds pictures with words. So colors, fonts, lighting, formats, all should be consistent. Because, we always say we want people to stop their scroll, right? Well, you're going to get people to stop scrolling if they know exactly what they're going to, see when they see your post. So if they're scrolling and they see something that is light and bright and has a picture of Sam, then they know it's most likely going to be, Holly. So they'll stop and they'll read. So you don't have to, choose just one font or choose just one format, but everything should be cohesive. Everything should go together. And if your avatar is a mom, then your brand should include your kids. So if you're not comfortable with your kids' faces being on social media, then they shouldn't be in your avatar. And that's fine. That is, your prerogative. But don't say I'm, talking to new moms, but you never show your kid. It doesn't jive with your brand. Maybe you want to be a dog mom and you'll show your puppies or anything like that. But your images should be consistent. So I'll send this link, but it's a really fun branding quiz. So at the end of it, she wants you to buy things, but you don't have to. But you go on and you answer questions about things you like and all that sort of stuff, and it will show you colors and fonts and kind of images that jive with what you answered. I would take it twice, kind of one time going with one style, one time with another, so you have two different ones that you can pick and choose from, because you're not going to like every single thing from a standard quiz, but it'll give you a good jumping off point that you can tweak. And then once you decide on your colors and your fonts, keep those. Save them in Canva or PicMonkey, whichever one you use. I like Canva. And because you can save fonts and colors, you can create your own brand on Canva. And then whenever you do an image, it will just automatically have those fonts and colors saved. So it's a lot easier. But once you decide on them, stick to it, because that is your brand. That is how people are going to start recognizing you. All right. And so once you have your avatar and you have your brand, you need to add value. People aren't going to stop and, read your posts if you are not providing value to them. So every Beachbody coach is going to talk about working out some. They're going to talk about Shakeology some. And that's just a given. So you have to decide what value you are going to add on top of that. Why people are going to choose you. What are you going to be an expert in? So are you going to be a nutrition expert, a fitness expert, maybe being an entrepreneur, professional development? Whatever your expertise is, stick with it. So if you decide that nutrition is your wheelhouse, then maybe you will provide free meal plans or free recipes or free clean eating groups or free water challenges. If you decide to focus on fitness as your expertise, maybe you'll film videos with circuits or do, 5-day challenges or, a squat challenge, a push-up challenge, anything like that. And you don't have to choose just one. You could provide value in different places, but it's easier to kind of pick one because people are going to know to come back to your page if they're looking for a new circuit workout or if they're looking for a new recipe or a meal plan, or just tips and tricks. And again, it doesn't even have to be Beachbody related. Maybe you love reading, so you're going to provide book reviews. Or maybe you love The Bachelor and you're going to live tweet The Bachelor. Or maybe you love makeup and so you're going to do, unboxings or anything like that. Anything that people are going to be interested in and that they're going to relate to and that relate to your avatar and relate to you are things that will get people to keep coming back. So you need an avatar, you need a color scheme, and then you need extra value because that's what's going to make people keep coming back to your page. And a lot of people that I work with say this all the time, that their biggest regret is that they didn't fake it until they made it, that they acted, they wanted their page to be more professional from the beginning. So if you want a like page with 20,000 people that has a brand and has, fitness videos or whatever, you need to think of how you can create that now. Don't say, well, when I'm a diamond or when I'm 1-star or anything like that. You need to act like you've made it and that you are the expert and that you can provide them with everything they need, because you can. You will be an awesome coach no matter what your page looks like. But if people come to a page and it looks professional, they might be more likely to work with you. So invest in the tools that you need now. Don't wait until later. Maybe you want to buy Canva Professional or a ring light or a selfie stick so you can film videos to be able to see. Or maybe you want to hire someone to create a pretty cover photo for your like page. Or whatever you need, don't put it off. Make it what you want now. So if you want to be that person that creates fitness videos, well, start now. Just because you don't have that big of a following, you're never going to get one if you don't post things that have value and if you don't post the things that you think people want. So think of where you want your page to go and create it. There's no need to wait. All right. I think that's it. I went really fast. I talk really fast too. All right. And if anybody has any questions, I'm ready.
Okay, I had 2 questions for you with Instagram and like the live recordings. Is that helpful for people? Should people be using that a lot if they're trying to build their Instagram?
The thing with those live recordings is they disappear. So I don't think that you should invest a lot of time in something that you cannot reuse. But anytime that you use a new feature of a social media platform, they're going to give you a bump in their algorithm because they want those things used. So using the live video, using the new slide feature, that type of thing will, make Instagram rate you higher. It will show your that post to more people. So with the live video with Instagram, that's the only one that it's kind of hard for me to justify putting a ton of time into because you can't use it again. Like live video with Facebook, you can repost it or you can add comments or things like that. So, maybe for silly things, my Shakeology just got here, don't make it something that's a production, but yeah, you should, anytime you use a new feature, it'll be great. And like those slide things, those are awesome for before and after transformations, or maybe, 5 different workout moves that you're going to do in a circuit. You can have a picture of each of them. Think of a way that you can use the new features in a way that, is conducive to your business.
Okay. And do you recommend for building Instagram any of like I can't think of what it's called, but the boosting, how do you feel about like
Instagress?
Yes, Instagress. There's a couple different ones.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. You have to be really careful because they're against the terms of service of Instagram. So if you do use them, I know you have to start them like super, super, super slow. And I don't think you should do the comment feature because like they'll just like things and that kind of thing. The comment ones, everybody knows it's a spam comment. Like it doesn't make me want to follow your page if you say nice on my picture. And sometimes they don't even make sense. It's like, that's beautiful. And it's a picture of something that's not beautiful. So if you're going to use those, just stick with the liking features and start really, really slow. They supposedly do help, but I don't know how quality the likes are. They could, a lot of times the people that are using the hashtags that you're going to have to like the photos in are, not your target audience. It's nice because you don't really have to do anything. It's not time consuming. So in that way, just be careful and really target the specific hashtags. That would be my advice.
And you guys, when she says be careful, I actually was using one, like I had tried it and literally, I'm like the person that would twice, like within like 2 or 3 days. One girl got punched in the face at like one of these riots going on when the presidency was going on. And the comment that was wrote was like, awesome or so cool or something. Like, so she messaged me thinking I was a total jerk. And then it was really awkward because I had like no idea what she was talking about. And I had to like go look. And then I felt bad and had to explain. And she's like, you should really know like what comments are being made. And I felt horrible. So I'm like, that's bad. And then there was there was a comment made on someone's stuff that I knew. And again, the comment did not fit with what she posted. And she's followed me for like 2 years and I followed her. So when she got this comment, like it did not work at all. And I then again felt super awkward because she had to have known that it wasn't me. So it happened to me like twice within 2 days. And I was like, okay, I'm just not going to do this. So you do want to be careful if you're having them comment, because if someone messages you or like something bad happens in their life and they're speaking about it and then your comment is like, oh, so awesome, you're so cute or something like that, it's not going to look good. So just be careful with those. And then, oh, anyone else have questions? Sorry, I just got to get those out. Oh yeah, Christina, I did see that you can target just women now, which is super helpful too.
Yeah.
And
if you just turn the commenting off, usually it's okay. Because like now, anytime you post anything on Instagram, when you look at the comments, you know exactly the ones that are real people and the ones that are just, bot comments.
When especially being a coach, like I always know now when like I get those spam comments, I'm like, it's not really you, because you just know because you're a coach too.
Yep.
Pam just asked, do you have some favorite apps for photo editing and words?
Yes. I have a list. Let me find it.
Oh, and I have a question about while you're finding that. So when you say like you should, because I think actually my Instagram used to be doing way better than it was. And I think it's because when I was doing Instagram, I literally was only posting like workout moves and, like flex and muscle, like what I was going through at the time. And then I started trying to incorporate like food and life and all this other stuff. And I swear like my Instagram took the worst hit and I've never gotten it back up. But do you think with Facebook too, that like with your like page or with your regular page, sharing a recipe here and there, but do you think you should be sticking to like, you're going to be nutrition, or if you're going to be fitness, like really sticking to that part of it on all your social media accounts?
I mean, I think, if you share like a tasty video that has like has a recipe in it, that's fine. But just make your comment relate to your expertise. Half the battle of getting abs is eating healthy. This recipe looks so good. Or as a new mom, I'm so busy and this recipe looks like I can get it done really fast. So, nutrition and exercise and everything, it's all encompassing in what you guys do. So you don't have to just pick one, but kind of your extra content, where you're going to spend the most time, where you're going to create new things and, videos or time consuming things, kind of pick one specialty. So don't spend 20 hours making a recipe video and then the next week spend 20 hours making a fitness video, because people aren't going to know what to come to you for your expertise. Unless you're a nutritionist and, a fitness coach and you want to do both of those, you can, I'm sure, spin it to encompass it. But I always think it's easier just to hone in on one thing. All right, my favorite apps. I'll send these as well. Brightness, especially on Instagram and Facebook. Nobody's going to stop when it's a really dark picture and you can't even see what's going on. So I like a color story to help brighten. If you need your videos brightened, Video Shop is my favorite. Word Swag and Canva are really good for adding words. Microsoft Selfie is my favorite for making your pictures look good. So it like basically gives you an airbrushed look and will whiten your teeth. So my sister is a Beachbody coach, so, you know, we take selfies. And it's like the only thing that I like about taking selfies with her. She always puts Microsoft Selfie, so I always look great. She actually gave me a picture of me and Sam for Christmas, and it's like one of those. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad you chose one of those. Now, in this business, people are looking at you all the time, and you're usually sweaty and a mess, so at least your face will look airbrushed. Pick, play, post is always good for, you know, combining videos and photos. Splice is good to edit videos and add words to videos. That's a good app for that. When I'm on my computer, I usually use iMovie, but if I'm doing it on my computer, Splice works really, on my phone, Splice works really well. This isn't an app, but the Creative Market and the Hungry JPEG are great places to download free fonts. Creative Market every Monday has freebies, and I think the Hungry JPEG every Wednesday does. So if you're kind of trying to come up with your brand and you want a font that is not just the normal font, you know, both PicMonkey and Canva let you upload fonts. So if you want a cool like handwriting font or something like that, those are there. They sometimes have like backgrounds like that are wood or marble or watercolor or sparkly things. All that kind of stuff. So that's where I usually get all of my graphics. You know, I've gotten better at graphics. I wasn't always so very good. It takes practice.
Madeline, what was that? Hungry what?
The Hungry JPEG. Here, I'll post this right now. I don't know what this is going to look like because this is usually a chart. All right, so it just tells you the name of the app, and under it is what it does. So later schedules things to Instagram, a color story, brightens photos, video shop, brighten videos. You guys can read now.
Do we have any more questions?
There's a couple on the side. What is a like page? So on Facebook, instead of just your normal profile that you created as a person and you friend people, a like page is, you know, you go on and you like Victoria's Secret or you like whomever. So it's more of a business page. So you can only have 5,000 friends, I think. With like pages, you can have as many people that like your content as you want. There are pluses and minuses to like pages. Facebook is obviously a business and they want you to buy ads. And so when you post to your like page, only a portion of the people that actually like your page see your content, which is the same with your personal page as well. You know, sometimes you see everything that one person posts and nothing that other people post, just the Facebook algorithm. But it is easier to kind of find your cold market on a like page. You can run ads with targeted audiences, and that's kind of, you know, another way to do that. Instagram's free. I think there's a free trial. I'm not sure how much it costs. I've never actually used it.
And you guys, with the like page, I'm going to make you a video too, how you can, I'm like just starting to get mine because I'll be honest, I started using it and then gave up because I just felt like nothing was ever happening over there because it does take some time to get it going. But I've been like researching it now and trying to figure things out and what's working, what's not. But I am going to make you guys a video on how you can like create an ad to promote it or whatever. So that will be coming to you guys in the next week.
Yeah. So when you're creating ads, like the biggest thing to remember is to only ever change one thing at a time. So your ad will have a video. It will have words like my page for fun videos, mom tips, and more, whatever it says. And then it has an audience. So you want to change one of those every time so that you know that it was the video or the words or the audience that made it better. And sometimes it takes a really long time. I run ads for like 7 people, and it took me like 6 months to find a winning ad, which is like 10 cents or less per like, for one of my coaches. It took forever.
It really does.
It doesn't take that long. But like my sister, so last year she was a premier coach, and then she found her winning ad, and now she only does stuff through her like page. And it's crazy the amount of people that she had, like 62 Success Club points or something last month. I'm an Emerald coach. So is her husband. So is my mom. Like, I just got a check today for $28. So like she has so much, almost more interest than she knows what to do with. She had, I think, 208 comments on her last post about getting people to coach. So if you can find the right ad and you can find the right audience and you can keep that brand and everything on point, then it really is, a great way to reach your cold market. And for some reason, to me, it seems more accessible than Instagram. I feel like Instagram's like hit or miss. Ads don't really work on Instagram. Like you'll get more likes, but you won't get really more follows. It's kind of like there's a hard, but a process to follow to grow your like page. But Instagram is always a trial. Good to build a following. Like page stuff. I'm just reading all the comments. For Instagram, do you recommend making it a business page? Yes. Mainly because you have stats. And so I always go through and look at the pictures that have done the best and see if there's a correlation between them. Maybe all of your workout ones do the best. Usually all the ones with your dog or your kid are going to do the best. But you can create success by making similar photos. Maybe you see that all the ones that are light and bright and airy work the best, or the ones with words work or don't work. You can also like repost some of the images, maybe, do Flashback Friday or Throwback Thursday, something like that, to use those posts that have already done well to do well again.
Really quick, in the response to not creating a like page, typically when someone starts off as a new coach, we do not want you guys to create an ad page because we want you to start sharing with the people closest to you and going through your friends, your family, all of that stuff. And those people are hopefully going to be the people that support you, people that you can reconnect with from high school, college, family, all of that kind of stuff. So when you first start off as a coach, I think most of us, I'm not totally positive, but that was kind of how I was taught, is you can create the like page, but you really want to start off focusing. You don't want to start off and like go to Instagram, go to Facebook and have a like page, because you're going to get so overwhelmed and so burnt out. So you want to just start building your regular page and then go into your Facebook page. Like I said, I've been a coach 2 years. And I now am getting back into mine. The last couple of months, I've been doing what her sister did, trying to figure out which posts work, which posts don't, switching things around, switching wording around. And it's still a work in progress. But I will say now I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable with it, but it takes time. But definitely when you first start off coaching, go, try to really connect with the people on your page, because those are the people who already know you a little bit, and it's not a completely legit for you.
Yeah, and if you're interested, in eventually starting a like page, start it and just post the same exact thing to your like page that you do to your personal page. So then when you do start building that, there's content there. Nobody wants to like a page and be like, oh, there's nothing here. Why did I like this page? Doesn't make any sense. But if you have, posts over a few months of you working out and all that kind of stuff, it's good to have that background content, especially if you've honed in on your person and your audience. And knowing your audience and your avatar is half the battle of creating a winning like page ad, because you have your audience down, and that's a lot harder. But if you've created that audience and you've talked only to that audience, once they get there, they're going to scroll through and be like, oh, look, she's a mom and she's getting married or whatever. Any other questions?
Everyone's good? Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much for getting on this call. That was awesome. And I know we can all take that and do things with it, because there's even still hearing you say this stuff again. I'm like, I need to go back and do different things. So thank you so much for doing that tonight for us.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so for all of you guys, we are just going to quickly, because I know it's going to get late really fast, but everyone just tell me where you are at with Success Club, how many people you've helped this month, and then what's this? Oh, and then how many people you want to help this month. We will start with Tanya, because you're first on my screen.
I haven't helped anybody yet. I know I'm slacking on that, but I want to help at least 3, but haven't got anybody who wants to join just yet.
All right, don't give up, and make sure you do your power hours. Who will be next? Pam.
I have helped 2 people, and what was the other question?
Oh, how many do you want to help? I'm like, great, I don't remember.
Oh, my goal is Success Club 10. I was going to push it up to 15 this month, but then with the change with the Success Club points, I decided to make sure I could get to 10 still with like only getting 2 points instead of 3 for those all access challenge packs.
Okay.
And I wanted to say one thing. Is that okay? Just about the lighting and editing pictures, because, and then Jesse, you have told us this before, but make sure you're not editing your pictures too much and lighting them, making yourself look totally different than you look in real life, because then people see you in real life and you don't look like your pictures. So
I agree.
When you're using those, like she mentioned, the Microsoft selfie, or I know last year in Nashville we discovered Beautify, or Beauty Plus or something like that, and they're super nice. Like your pictures look amazing, but like keep it real, and just be who you are when you're doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you guys, and because you want to show up when you go to retreats and events, and you don't want to show up and then feel self-conscious because you're like, great, I can't hide behind, the person that I'm being on there. And to be completely honest, and I don't even know if you guys can see, but I don't get pimples very often, and I have the hugest freaking pimple on my head. I'm not even kidding. It's because I said I didn't have one the other day, and it's this huge mark. And today when I was posting pictures, I literally almost was thinking I'm not posting a picture with my head in it because the pimple is so big. But truthfully, I still did, because at the end of the day, if someone were to see me in person, it's really noticeable. And if I tried to edit it out, people would know. So just be yourself. If you have a pimple or you have something in your face that isn't perfect, none of us are perfect. And you want to show up and look like yourself, whether it's a person at the grocery store or someone, one of your challengers, or you're meeting up with a coach. Anytime that you're doing that, you still want it to look like you. So when someone sees you, they're not like, okay, that's not at all how she looks on social media. Because then they'll just think that you're fake, and you don't want it to be that way. With that being said, as I have one of these. Okay, so I don't know if you guys all have these yet, but Frankie got me one not too long ago, and they actually do work pretty well. I wanted to get the big one that goes on your phone, or it doesn't go on your phone. It's a huge one that you set up in your house. It's $200 or $300, so I'm not going to pay money for that. But he bought me this little small one, and all you do is click it to your phone. All the girls had it in LA when I was doing it, and he had bought it for me a month prior, but I had never taken it out of the box. And so when I was in LA, they all were using them, and they actually really just add lighting to your picture. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it makes you look different, but it just makes everything look brighter in your picture. Your face is brighter, your surroundings are brighter, and it's super easy. You literally just click it on your phone, and then there's 3 different settings, and you take your picture. And I think it was $10 or something, $10 off of Amazon or something. So it's the cheap version of what a lot of top coaches use. A majority of top coaches use the big ring, and I think it's literally like $299 or something. And they set it up, and it makes it look like, photo shoot picture kind of thing. So this is the cheap version, but it works awesome, and it's like $10, and it won't make you look different. It just really brightens up your pictures.
I got one of those for Christmas, and because when I work out in the morning, our lighting in our apartment is horrible and it's super dark, and it helps so much with the lighting in the pictures. Just be careful when you're like, sometimes I try to take a picture with my TV in the background, and if you're at a mirror too, make sure you're being careful because you can see the ring then reflecting in the TV screen or like the mirror. So like you probably wouldn't want that posted in your picture. So just be mindful of that. If you position it on the screen, it can like go in front of someone's body or something.
And do you ever try to use the timer? Like I can only, I've only used it a couple times, but when I connected to it, like I can't set the timer. Like if I do that, it actually makes my picture look darker. I don't know if it's just me not knowing how to use it, or if like the only time it actually works on my pictures is if I'm holding my phone taking the selfie. If I like try to press it.
My timer has worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just have to do it differently. And it might be because it's too dark around it. And I've not played, I always like forget. And actually I did it the other day and I had my phone sitting on it on the counter, and then my phone was ringing like a few times in a row, and I kept being like, my parents are here. I'm like, where is my phone? And it's friggin' sitting on the counter, but this thing's so bright that you couldn't even tell where my phone was. So it's definitely funny. All right. Christine, you will go next.
So I haven't helped anyone yet, but definitely have a lot of potentials. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but like people say that they're interested and then never sign up later, and then I follow up with them, and then I feel like I'm badgering the hell out of them.
Yeah.
The end of the month yet, so I've got some time, but I mean, I definitely have a lot of potentials. Like I've been doing the power hour every month since we started the like Diamond Catchers group. So I've got a lot of people, just hopefully, a couple of them on my goals, at least 5 this month.
Awesome. You can do it. And you guys, this is like a hard month. Even yesterday, I was still at Success Club 2, and then I went to Success Club 4. But I swear, I feel like whenever I have sent so many invites, no one wants to do it, or like is like, yeah, I'm doing it, and no one signs up. So just to be aware, don't like bank on anyone signing up, because there's so many people who really want it, who are so in, they're going to do it. They have these huge goals. You're so excited. And then they're like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. Or they just start ignoring you and you're like, okay, I don't even know what happened. So just make sure, even if they say they're signing up and you're like, yes, 3 people today, they're all signing up, keep inviting, keep doing your power hour, because even if no one from your power hours that entire month signs up or, wants it, they might 3 months later. So as long as you stay consistent with those power hours, it's going to help you in the long run, because that's where you're really building connections and starting conversations and doing all of that stuff. And if you can't, I always tell people, try to get in at least 5 power hours a week. If you can't do the weekend, or if you have a busy Monday or Tuesday and have to skip, get it in on that Saturday. Try to get in at least 5 and just make it consistent. Don't respond to messages during it. I knock my power hours out early in the morning because no one can message me back. Everyone's asleep. They're getting messages from me at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I just go through them all, and then I'm done with my power hour. Then later in that day is when people start messaging me back and responding, and then I can have those conversations. Christina.
So I am still at 0 also, but this has probably been one of my hardest months too. But my goal has and will continue to be Success Club 20, because I've hit Success Club 18 before, and I know that if I've done it before, I can do it again and exceed that. So my goal will continue to be Success Club 20, and I'm going to stick with that until I get there. And then once I hit that, then I'll keep going. So I'm still at 0, but I'll get there.
Yes. Stephanie. Stephanie, I think you're unmuted already. Now you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm at Success Club 4, which in my mind is like way lower than what I feel like I should be at. I've been inviting like a mad woman. But like you said, Jesse, it's just been a tough month, like seriously tough. And I'm really glad that they switched Shakeology over to 2 points because both of mine are Shakeology people. So I have 4 points instead of the 2. And I'm pushing for 20. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to give up, but I think the most I've ever gotten was 14. So that's 20 is like a huge stretch for me. But at this point in my business, like I just feel like I have to push hard or I'm going to be stuck forever.
And you guys, something to think about too when they're saying they're pushing for Success Club 20. If you're pushing just for Success Club 5, bump it up to Success Club 10 because then you're pushing for even more. And I think it gives you that extra drive. And then that way, if you only hit Success Club 5, you still hit Success Club, but it makes you push even harder. And you want to be, it's easier to say, oh, well, I just have to help 3 people, so I have all month to do that versus saying like, no, I'm going to help like 20 people this month, and now I'm going to work my butt off. It just gives you a different mindset, and that way you're always pushing for more. Like Success Club 20 is an awesome goal.
Thanks. I'm super guilty of doing that too. Like if I set mine at Success Club 5 and today I was at Success Club 4, I'd kind of be like, oh, I'm good for the month. Like I can skip a couple power hours or I can, spend some time watching TV instead of going and doing those follow-ups. Like I just give myself so many more excuses when I don't have a huge, scary goal that seems like unattainable for me. So.
Yeah, and I basically did that actually for a long time. Once I was hitting Success Club 5, I was like, damn, to be completely honest, when I needed to go full time, like my first month in the business, I had Success Club 27 or Success Club 28 because I knew I needed to be full time. And then the next few months after, for like 7 months, all my Success Club numbers were crazy high. Then once I went full time and kind of got comfortable, then I was like, okay, as long as I hit Success Club 5, I'm good to go. And I can just like coast along and start preparing for my next month. And I realized like I could have pushed myself way more than I was pushing myself because it could have been way more people to help, way more challengers getting results, way more new coaches and who get to, start this journey with us. But I was just like coasting along like, okay, Success Club 5, I'm good to go. So don't let that happen to you because we can do so much more than that. Lee, you are next.
I think she had to get off. Leah. She's not on anymore. Oh, there she is. Oh, hi. I thought I saw you go away.
No, but I do have to soon. So I'm glad that I got a chance really quick. I am at Success Club 0, but I created a human this month, so that was exciting. So yay for that. It's been a little overwhelming adjusting to mommyhood, but I still would like to try to go for Success Club 5. I have conversations going and, just like Christine said, it's hard to get that, true, like get them hooked. So I'm just working on that. And hopefully I'll get some points before the end of the month and get some people help. My free group will be running soon and there's quite a few people that are interested in that. And then
Awesome.
Hopefully the other group will go pretty well too. So fingers crossed. Oh.
All right, Pamela.
Okay, so I am at Success Club. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Okay, sorry.
You were like bouncing all over my screen. I'm like, wait, what's going on?
So I'm at Success Club 0. But I do have conversations still from February of people that definitely were interested, and I'm like trying to keep reeling them in, but like other people have said, like you don't want to sound annoying or whatever you want to put the word at, but so I'm hopefully going to try to I would like to get 4 people this month, which for me I think is the most I've helped, so
and you can do it. It's okay. We're halfway through the month, but that just means hopefully you're building conversations throughout this month, and there's people that you will find. You can do it. Yeah. Okay, it's really confusing because everyone keeps bouncing around. Kelly. I don't know for sure if Kelly's on because I can't see her face.
Can you see me? I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, Jesse, I messaged you the other day, so I don't really even know what.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Like, I'm like, when you said that the other day, I'm like, okay, and I checked. So I don't know what's going on with my account.
Okay. Yeah, I don't actually know. We'll figure that out and kind of just wait. Is it still the same today?
It's still the same, yeah.
Okay. That's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, awesome. What is then Kelly Zinner? Maybe I'm saying the last name wrong.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm one of Pam's new coaches, so I'm just kind of learning about the whole Success Club thing. Learning lots from all you ladies. It's helpful.
Oh, wait, are you the new coach from today?
Yeah.
Oh, yay, and you're on your first call. Welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Success Club is just helping. We try to help at least 3 people a month.
Awesome.
All right. Stephanie.
Hi. Can you hear me? I'm at 2 and I'm hoping to hit 5.
Yes. You're gonna hit 5. You're not hoping. It's gonna happen. And you guys look at if you're feeling right now like I'm at 0 or I'm at 2 and I'm doing so bad this month, listen to every single person on this call, because there is no one right now that is like I'm at Success Club 20 and doing this so awesome. Everyone is around the same point right now. So do not feel like you can't do this or anyone is better than you at this, because we're all at the same point. So know that your whole team is doing the same thing you're doing, sharing and inviting, and just be real in your posts when you're doing it and know that you can make it happen. Just believe in yourself and I know sometimes when you're halfway through the month and you're like, gosh, I wanted to have it already. You can start to doubt yourself. So don't doubt yourself. This call right now should show you that everyone is at the same point. Kelsey.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh man, this is pretty ridiculous. I have a shirt on, I promise. I didn't realize it was that low. So I'm in the Goose Egg Club and I'm going to help 5 people this month. I need to, and because we've got that's my biggest, what I've kind of been learning, and this may help some newbies too, and sorry if I ramble for a second here. But for the longest time, I felt kind of, I don't know, not out of the loop with people, but just kind of out of sync as far as my why. And I know, Jesse, you talk about this so much, like your why should make you emotional. And for the longest time, I was feeling really kind of bad about it, because mine did, when I first started, I wanted to look great for my wedding, and I did have kind of an emotional connection to it. But at this point, I need to make it work, because if I want to continue on this, I need to pay for my shakes. Like, that's my biggest why. And now that Devin is a coach too, he is here. He's been listening, but he's actually setting up his DJ speakers down here in his little studio. But that's my why, is I want to help people. I love the teaching aspect of being a coach, and I can go to work and get my lab science-y anatomy stuff out of my system, but I don't really want, there's so many teachers on this team, but I don't think I want to necessarily teach in a traditional sense, but the teaching that I can do in the challenge groups and things like that, that's where I can let it out. And if I can help people and be on my journey, that's my why. And so that's kind of what I've learned. So I'm going to help 5 people this month, and I'm going to definitely pay for my shakes.
Yay.
Do you want to hear?
Set goals like that, where you are like, hey, if that's what you need to do, if you're like, I'm paying for Shakeology and it feels like it's a lot of money right now, you know, or you're doubting it because of that. Make that your goal then. Make that part of your why, that you really want to keep drinking it. You want to be the healthiest version of you, and do that. There was someone today on one of my calls that I was on that said she had a coach who came, her husband made a lot of money, so she didn't necessarily need, you know, the income part of it. So she had a hard time with coaching because she was enjoying it, but like she didn't really have a drive to invite people. She's like, I'm just doing this and like whatever. And then they like kind of went through stuff. But one of the things that she realized in this, because now she's actually a really successful coach, but one of the things she started doing was, what can I do with this money where I could invest? So she started investing in all these charities. And that to her was a big why. Like it made her so excited that she was able to go to her favorite charities and give them money and help, you know, kids that don't have food and all of this stuff. She did a lot with homeless shelters too. And so for her, that made it more real. So always try to connect it. Like maybe if there's different parts that one person might need and one person might not need, but there's always different things that you can do with the stuff in this business.
Want Ev to go next, Jesse, because he's right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
I gotta take this thing. My goal is to help at least 3 people. I'd be lying if I told you it's for any other reason than to go to Summit for half price this year.
Heck yes.
But no, I used to do something like this in a past life, and I just wanted to kind of see how the community was in this one, because the last one wasn't necessarily the greatest, but you guys seem to be pretty legit. So I decided to join, and I'm here for the ride. So yeah, but I'm working on that why reason. It's kind of up and down right now with what I do for work at the moment, just because they like to dangle things in front of you, no matter how hard you work. So we'll see. Maybe this time next year, who knows? Maybe I'm working part-time and doing this full-time. So we'll see.
Yes, set those goals high. And you guys, the Summit is a huge thing. If you're a new coach and you can get that free ticket, work your butt off to get that free ticket, because I promise you it will change your life if you get there. Even if you have to buy your ticket, it is going to change your life just being with that many coaches, being in that setting and soaking it all in, learning from different coaches and trainers, but even just hanging out with each other. It sounds stupid, but it totally changes like your outlook on stuff, just hanging out. So get to Summit, use that as your why.
Jesse, can I chime in really quick?
Yeah.
One of the things, I don't remember what training it was, or maybe it was at retreat, but one of the things too that, I don't remember the statistic, but they said for brand new coaches who are literally just starting out, if you strive to earn your free ticket to Summit and you hit Success Club every single month, like those first 3 months in your business, you are like exponentially percentage-wise higher at hitting Success Club for the remainder of your time in the business, just because you start out with so much momentum and you're like, oh my God, I hit Success Club these first 3 months. Like, I'm not going to quit now. Like, hell no, I'm going to keep going. So just keep that in mind. Like, make it your goal to get that Success Club trip. And then from there, like, you're like, I'm in it. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to make this happen and I'm going to keep going. So yeah, just, I thought that was, I don't remember the exact percentage and like the exact numbers, but I just thought that was kind of interesting to actually like hear that.
Yeah, well, and that is true. If you start off and you're like all in, you're going to feel proud of yourself. If you start off and you're like, okay, I'm not helping anyone the first 3 months, you're probably going to go a little bit slower just because you're not feeling like I'm unstoppable. And when you are hitting Success Club and you're seeing your name on that board every single month, or, you know, 1 week you're at Success Club 2 and the next week you're at Success Club 4, and you see your name going up on that board, you're going to feel motivated. I know I remember the first time Micah and Ashley would post boards, because when I started, Ashley actually didn't even create her own boards yet. So when Micah would post them, I didn't even understand what like PV was or any of that stuff. But when I saw my name up there, I knew it was like a big deal. So I just got excited, even though I really didn't know anything about it. How do you say it? I'm going to mess up someone's name.
It's Candida.
Candida. Okay, I was Candida, so I was close.
Candida. So I'm at 0, and I'm kind of like so I have a lot of potentials and I have a lot of friends that are interested, but the price of it is what makes people not want to do it. So I'm like wondering how to get around that. I don't know how to explain it, but it's always the price. They don't want to get it because of the price.
I'm actually going to be going live this week if I don't chicken out, or if this huge triple goes way up my head. But one of the things that I kind of forgot is I went to someone's house the other day who bought a challenge pack, and she did the all access. And to us, we're so used to these programs and the shakes and all of the stuff that comes with it that sometimes I think we forget the amount of stuff they're getting. When I went over to her house to kind of show her how on demand works, how portion control container works, because she lives in my complex, she was literally like on cloud nine. I mean, this girl sat there. She first of all, she thought like core de force was one workout, like you just get one. And then, so she thought each one was just like one single workout. So when I told her like, no, there's a whole program, there's deluxe, there's a meal plan. I went into all that detail and she sat there being like, and I only paid $199. Like she literally felt like it was a ripoff. And with that $199, it really is an amazing deal. People used to pay $140 and higher to get one program plus the other stuff. But then if you wanted the deluxe version, you were paying like $160 or $170 or $180. And then to order another program, you paid more. So one of the things I think you just have to go into it, I always ask people their goals right off the bat. Like, hey, last night I had someone, message me that she wanted to get in my challenge group. And I was like, awesome. I'm so excited. What interests you most about getting in the group? What kind of goals do you have? Because I always want to bring it back to, why did you want this? Why did you want to message me? That way they can open up, tell me about themselves first, and then I can go into it. And eventually when I get to the price, I am so excited and I use the voice thing and I'm like probably super loud and annoying on it. But I use the voice thing. I get excited and I honestly can say I believe in it so much that when I message people, you can tell in my voice. You can tell how excited I am, how proud I am, how much I believe in this, and how much I think it's going to change their life. And I don't tell them I think it is. I tell them it's going to change your life. You're going to join this group. You're going to be working on your mindset. You're going to be doing personal development. I talk about the accountability, the community, and all of that stuff, so that by the time you get to the price isn't as big of a deal. You just have to really go into it with tons of confidence. I always say, do your personal development first. Do your workout, do your personal development, or if you want to dance in your room, do whatever is going to totally get you like ready to go, hyped up, and then do your invites. Because if you go into your invites and you're just like, okay, I got to do my invites, it's part of my job kind of thing, you're not going to have the same confidence as someone who just sweat, who just drank their shake, is feeling amazing. You're going to feel totally different. So, yeah, that's what I always do. I do my other stuff first. That way, when I go into it, I'm like ready to go and so excited that they can see it in my voice. And I also think, and I don't know if most of you are using the voice message, I personally think that hearing my voice hopefully makes a difference for people and they see it's not just a generic message that I'm sending to you. It's, me. This is who I am. And if I mess up on the voice thing, I don't care. Like, it's me, and I just want them to see me. I don't want them to just have to read a long message about, oh, well, this is the price. And make sure when you talk to them, you tell them you get all of these programs, every single program, the deluxe program, the meal plans. You get, like, you have to really just talk up what you're doing, because it honestly is amazing if they really understand what they're getting. I still actually think it's kind of crazy that Beachbody has all of the programs for $199.
Yeah, that's the first thing I bought from in the beginning. But see, my problem is I've had a group page for a long time where I have added people to it who are into fitness. A lot of people are my friends, and then friends have added friends. So I have like a group of almost 200 something people that I've been posting on, because I've been doing insanity workouts for a year before I ever tried Shakeology. And so like I've had this group of people follow me for so long And, you know, a lot of them do the same type of thing as I do, or whatever, work out from home and try to find out the cheapest way to do it. So I guess, like, you know, the challenge groups are hard for my people because I'm taking them out of that group and putting them into another challenge group. So they're confused. So they post in my group, and then they forget to post in the accountability group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is actually kind of hard.
So,
Well,
what I was going to talk about, sorry if I'm going to cut you off, but what I wanted to do was start hosting the challenge groups in that group instead of doing it into another group. The only thing that I like about being in the other accountability groups is because there's other coaches as well. But a lot of friends and people in my group are actually, you know, agreeing that maybe I should do the accountability in the group that's already created.
Hey, Candida, what if you like approached it with, so basically, like, I know you have your group where you share everything and like you have all that fitness accountability together, but what if you maybe approached it as a more one-on-one coaching type thing? So say like, this is basically my group where all of us come together and share motivation. But if you did want that more one-on-one help and support from me as your coach, like literally where we check in with each other on a weekly basis, like I will coach you through this, like we do this together type thing, versus like, I guess just helping everybody in general. Like maybe if you focus more on that, like, hey, I will be your one-on-one coach and we will work together like throughout these next 30 days or whatever. Maybe have you tried it like that at all?
Yeah, I have actually in the past before Beachbody. You know, a lot of the people on there are I've been helping them. Basically, they've been following me the whole entire time that I've been in my fitness journey. So it's just, I almost wanted to like brand myself. I don't know how to explain, but I don't know. It's just so hard for me to gather the people that I've already have and get them to do something different. And the one-on-one, you know, I have people coming to my house. So I do one-on-one personally. You know, I have a lot of support. You know, I have a lot of friends who want to do the same things. They want to actually join me. They want to like do it at my house with me. And I'm like, I can't help you guys all at once. And they don't understand. They want the one-on-one, but they want it like personally, like one-on-one. And I'm try to explain, I can't help. I guess I can, but I like say it's hard to help 35 people one-on-one. So I was like, you know, that's why I do the little smaller groups. So I tried to put it like that, but still, you know, they really get confused when I'm adding them to like a different group or accountability group. They get confused. Just because, and a lot of the reason is because, you know, a lot of them are already, the group pages are like, I have like 50 group pages on my Facebook, and 3 of them are from the challenge groups. And then there's group pages that people add me to, like the Lularu, the It Works, and all these groups, and everybody else has that same problem. So when you have all these groups and trying to check in with one group, you kind of like miss out. You don't see the posts. You don't see it all. Like it's kind of hard. So I'm trying to figure out like a way to just, I don't know, how to get people to understand that.
I mean, if you wanted to run it in that group, you could run it in that group. If like, I don't know if people would like get mad at you that you're doing that, but you could say like, hey, I'm coaching and this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to start sharing about this in here and kind of, you know, just go about it that way, and or maybe talk to them first.
Yeah. And I did that initially when I first signed up with my coach, Chelsea. And I've been following Chelsea. She lives in my area, and I've been following her on Facebook and just watching her and just wait until I could afford to invest some money in Shakeology and all that. And when I finally did that, I told my group, I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing. And, you know, you can follow me. And if you follow me, you're going to get results like me. That's what I've done. But I don't know. It's just so hard for me to get them to, I guess, buy stuff, you know, and the pressure trying to talk to them about it. And they go and buy their own protein shakes, and they come over and I look at the ingredients and I show them, you know, the difference of the ingredients. And I guess I'm just beginning, and I'm going to fail forward like everybody always tells us, but I don't know. I signed up my husband as well, and he's as a coach, and I don't know how exactly that works into play either, because I don't see him doing what I do, but he definitely is drinking Shakeology with me and wanting to work out, but he's not like a very social person on Facebook or any type of social media. So
he does not need to be any sort of social media. Actually, majority of us that have our husbands or boyfriends or whatever signed up, a lot of them do not do any social media. I know personally my fiance will probably never do any social media. He has account. He's a diamond coach, hopefully 2-star by Summit, but I run his account completely. He drinks his shake.
Okay.
He'll do workouts with me, but no, he does not have to do any posting. And later on, if you guys are making a lot of money and you want, like, our goal eventually is to retire him and have him like help me work the business, but behind the scenes. So
that's exactly what we discussed today. He's like, you're going to let me quit my job and we're going to be successful and we're going to do this together. It's going to be different. And we talked about that.
You have to post. Like he can do a lot behind the scenes when you're at that point, and a lot with you that he doesn't have to do. Frankie doesn't even have any social media accounts. So
okay, good.
I wanted him to.
Yeah. I didn't want to, I told them, I was like, I'm going to take over your Facebook. And he's like, okay.
You don't even have to pose as him or anything. Like if I sign someone up under Marcus, I will literally tell them like, hey, if they want to sign up as a coach, saying, hey, it's going to look a little bit different on your end. It's going to say that Marcus Minier is your coach, but just know that I'm still your coach. Like he's technically your upline sponsor in the system, but like, just know that I'm still your mentor. Like we're still working together. Like nothing changes. So in that regard, like you don't have to say like pose as your husband and like try and post stuff for him or anything like that. Like, it's
okay.
It's just about you being able to eventually work his account and build it to a point where, like you said, like if you wanted him to start making an income, not only is it going to build your income because you're above him, but it's going to build his income too. And it's just going to provide double income for both of you guys. But essentially you're the one that's doing the work, putting coaches underneath him.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you. That made perfect sense.
Lily, really quickly, because I know you got to go. Where are you at with helping people this month?
I am at 0. I want to help 10 people.
You're at 0, want to help 10 people. Awesome. You can do it. We are all like,
Lily?
Lily is still on. I think we have to unmute her so that she can go, because I know she said she has to get off soon.
Are you talking about me?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, because somebody else started talking. Excuse me. That happens very easily. Sorry, I just had the baby and had to do bath time, so forgive me. Okay, so I've talked to tons of people. I love talking, and I love encouraging people or empowering them and trying to elevate them. My goal, I will make it small this month, is 3 success points. I have 1 right now. My husband has actually, I think, convinced 2 people to get a challenge pack. I don't know if he's followed. That's underneath him. I don't know how the points work in that sense, because he's underneath me as my left side coach. And I'm also convinced one of my best friends to possibly become a coach, and the incentive is we're all military, so we get that discount, right? So yeah, 3 success points. I already have 1. I have about 5 people who are interested in Shakeology. I have more people who are interested in doing, the free challenge groups. What I've done is I bought a few sampler packs, and then I bought chocolate in packets so I can give people samples, so I think that's the best way to kind of promote that. And I know it's like a little investment in the front burner. But that's what I'm doing now, is just kind of getting the name out there, letting people try it, and we'll see what happens. I've had some people who are interested via friends, and I've, reached out to them, through my mutual friends who are not coaches. So that's been pretty successful. I've yet to have customers, but I'm trying to be patient. That's in the back of my head, is just be patient, because I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to encourage people to change their lifestyle. So
Awesome. You're on
yes,
the right.
yeah. Awesome. What's that?
I said you are on the right track, starting off strong.
Yeah, I'm trying not to overwhelm myself, because I am working full time, working on my master's degree, and eventually going to start my life coach cert. So this is a great segue into all of that. And I'm having a lot of fun. You girls are great. All of you are great, and guys, because I know they're kind of like few, but
I have to get used to saying. I've been trying to think about that when I post and stop saying, "Hey, girls."
I work in a very male-dominated world, so it's nice to kind of have the female side. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
They're all powerhouses, so I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me.
That's good.
I have more of a goal next month. I just want to be patient.
Awesome.
Oh, you're welcome, Devin.
All right, Meredith.
All right, let me get to someplace quiet, because we're watching a movie and doing hair. So I'm at 0, and which my struggles. I've kind of talked to you about that, but my goal is 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yes.
And you can do it. If everyone, basically everyone on this call was at 0 or 2.
I know. Well, that kind of makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I've been struggling.
No, because sometimes you start to feel, especially halfway, you're like, I haven't done anything. I'm not going to be able to do it. And you feel like everyone's ahead of you, and we're not. We're all on the same struggle bus.
Yeah. I have a ton interested, but they just stop messaging once I start talking about the prices. So
yeah, those are people that probably will come around. Just keep sharing your results over and over, and keep getting better and better results, because then people will be like, okay, whatever she is doing, I really need to join. And they have to see that it's worth it, because sometimes the price does feel like a lot, but when they're constantly seeing, okay, it's worth it. She's feeling so amazing. She's looking awesome. Her energy level, just keep speaking like you would to those, like she talked about, speak to your avatar and really know the things that you're hitting based on that. If you're trying to talk to moms or whoever, you're trying to be specific about it. So when they're reading your post, it's all really hitting home for them.
Right. Yeah. All right.
KK Robertson, who is that? Does anyone know who that is? No? I don't even know if this person was on the call. Is it a person from our team? Robertson? Okay. We'll just end it, I think, on that, because I don't know if that's a person on our team or not. But oh wait, it is someone from our team. Maybe she just is not. I'm gonna unmute her.
And you can't run off your clothes unless they're less milk. Like Reebok, you get a 2% off on Reebok because you can. Hannah's gonna change your diaper, please. You want cereal?
Hey,
I want cereal.
It's like we eat all day. Okay, hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna keep her muted because I don't want to just listen to her conversation. I feel bad. Kelly, if you can hear this, it's your turn to talk. Yeah, I think she's probably doing stuff. So that's okay. We'll have to have her tell us after. This call will be recorded. So I know I want cereal too. Thank you guys for staying on because it was longer, but that was an awesome call. And we're all going to hit Success Club and help 3 people at least this month. So we can all do it together. All right. I will talk to you guys all later.